we're talking about ballers and flip-flops, yung pong mga nagbabasketball sa Pilipinas na nakasinelas, sa mga court, sa mga kanto-kanto. Ngayon naman pag-usapan naman natin the blind climbing Mount Baldy. So Baldy for the blind. Kasama po natin yun ang director and dalawang directors, so co-directors and producers of that feature-length documentary. Drea and Jimmy, hello and welcome to Kababayan, LA. Welcome to both of you. Okay, let's talk about this film. It's quite interesting because seldom do we hear or see, hear about or see the blind scaling a mountain. It's quite an ambitious endeavor. How did you stumble upon this?
Basically, I'm part of a hiking group, and I saw the posting for volunteers, for sight guides. So we originally were going to be sight guides, and then we went to the sight guide training, and then afterwards we were sitting in the car and we looked at each other and we were like, this is a really important story. I think we should document it. And so then we ended up starting to film, and we weren't sight guides anymore, and that's basically how everything happened.
When did this happen?
Well, it was actually in April. We had Drea had noticed the posting on the meetup group, and we just went down there and really felt like, wow, this is going to be an opportunity to allow people to do something that's going to be, one of the highlights of their lives, really.
And now you're in post-production. What can we expect from the film?
Well, it's more than just hiking. It's about 11 blind hikers climbing Mount Baldy and everything, but it is about their lives. It's about their amazing capabilities. There's one girl who's Filipino. Her name is JoJo. She can play piano, and she's completely blind, and she memorized Beethoven by heart.
How old is she?
She's 33.
We should have her on the show.
I know. She's amazing. She's an amazing person.
So how was it like? How was the experience like? I'm sure, it was difficult. We see now on the screen, the guides were guiding them. How long did it take them to hike up?
Some of the hikes took like really all day, and I mean 12 hours all day. I mean it was exhausting. We went at a little bit of a slower pace, but it still was just being outside, being on your feet, being in the heat for 12 hours. It really takes it out of you. Mount Baldy it's an incredibly difficult mountain to climb for anybody, regardless of their vision. It's a difficult mountain to climb, and so these hikers they worked really hard over the course of 4 months, every Saturday, going on progressively harder and harder mountains until they eventually got to Mount Baldy.
And it must have been fulfilling for you guys also to see that. Very inspiring.
Yeah.
What were some of the stories that we're going to see in the film?
Well, like we said, JoJo is one of them. There's another guy who used to have his sight, and he lost it about 3 years ago, and he used to be Michael Jackson's tailor and the Jackson 5's tailor, and there's another guy who used to be an architect, and now he lost his sight, and that it was devastating to him, and now he's finally getting off of his feet and painting again and blind,
So it's 11 people and their specific stories also, right? And I'm sure during the hike you were also chatting, they were telling you stories. What were some of the stories that were coming from them?
Really neat stuff. Like the one guy who lost his sight recently, he was an architect and an artist, and now he's getting back into art, and he talks about how, I mean, a lot of people when they think about the blind, they think they see nothing. It's all black, right? But that's actually only the case for a very small percentage of people who are blind. A lot of people can see little bits of color, or they can see through a pinhole almost in the front of them. So they'll look out and they'll be like, oh, I think I can see over the, and they'll ask you like, what's over there, and you get the chance to kind of describe it to them. It really gives us the opportunity as sight guides to kind of show, to be the eyes for these people along these beautiful, amazing hikes that LA has to offer.
What a wonderful project. When can we see the film?
Well,
pressure.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're in post-production still, so it could be anywhere from a year. But, we're just continuously working. We're still filming some stuff, actually. So, yeah.
And when you say post-production, just for the benefit of those people who are not in the entertainment, they don't know, what does post-production mean?
Post-production is editing. It's marketing the film, getting publicity out there. Right now, the other thing that we're doing is we're trying to get as much support for the film. We're having kind of a grassroots support campaign right now for the film, where people, I mean, you know, there's lots of ways that everybody can help support the film because it's an important story.
Go ahead, tell us,
Yeah.
how can we help? That's the website on the screen if you want to help, but how can we help? Very quickly.
Well, subscribe. You know, sign up. You can give donations, but definitely subscribe to our monthly newsletter, and that will definitely help us because we need all the support that we can get from everyone. We also have a Facebook page if you can like or fan our Facebook page.
Okay, and it's all on the screen. I hope when it's done you can come back and we can watch the trailer.
Yes.
Right? So good luck and more power to both of you. Thank you for documenting this wonderful thing for us to see. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
All right, beautiful lengths. When we return, another touching story. You wouldn't want to miss that. Stay tuned.
Introducing Rush Delivery from Zoom.com.